National Heart Health Month is here. Yay! So what can you do to improve your heart? In today's episode, we are going to discuss heart healthy activities to do so that way you can improve your heart function and why that's important. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Leslie Urbis. I am a registered dietitian and personal trainer with over 12 years of experience of helping people use mindset dieting to lose weight, remove emotional eating tethers, reduce disease-inducing patterns, and live life outside of the diet and in their full potential. Now, let's jump into what you need to do for heart health. Before we get there, I'd like to discuss why it's important to do heart healthy activities. So, number one is your heart is a muscle. And just like your bicep is a muscle, you are going to need to work on that bicep if you want to keep the muscle function. Many of us may know older people who did not lift weights, who did not stay up on top of their nutrition and fitness. And what wound up happening is that they became very fragile. They had things like osteoporosis or osteopenia, or they were unable to lift certain things, or they can't really keep up with certain muscle functions, because if you don't use the muscle, you lose the muscle. And that's very much like your heart. So how do we help our heart to condition it so that way it can help us to live longer? The first thing that I want you to think about doing is to add cardio activity. So to improve the heart, you have to improve the heart function by giving it cardio activity. So how to work to condition the heart muscle is that it knows what it has to pump to release a certain amount of blood, right? So people that don't stay up on their cardiovascular activities have a weak heart. So they might have to pump to pump the same amount of blood out that another person who's very physically fit could go pump out. So when people say this is your heart rate, what that means is how many beats per minute does it take to pump the blood, right? We're all supposed to pump the same amount of blood, ideally kind of changes per person in that same minute. So what is your heart rate? Is it really high? Does your heart have to beat in order to get the right amount of blood flow out to keep you healthy? When someone else who's more cardiovascularly conditioned can make one pump and then one pump instead to produce what they're looking for. So how to improve heart health is through cardiovascular activities. Now, this doesn't mean that all of us have to go run a marathon. What it means is that we really have to focus on the activities that we're doing to improve that heart activity. So things like a fast-paced walking or a light jog, or doing cardio videos at home, or finding somebody out there that you really like that does, cardio activities on a YouTube channel, or picking something along those lines where you get a good cardio activity where your heart beats faster. So that way, when it's done beating faster during the activity, it's stronger. And as it's at rest, it can pump more to release it out. So while exercise does increase the heart rate for the time being, it doesn't affect overall, because once that muscle is used enough and gets stronger, just like I go from doing a bicep curl with 2 pounds to a bicep curl with 20 pounds, potentially can happen. What I'm looking for is that you're increasing the cardiovascular activities that you do to really improve the overall heart health, so that way your heart can pump more blood with less beats and thus increase its longevity for being able to get your heart across the finish line when you want to go. Without further ado, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be talking a lot about heart health, and I am offering a free heart health class. If you're not already a part of the group Weight Loss and Wellbeing for High Performers, please feel free to visit there or comment below to click the page so that way you can get registered for my free heart health class so you can better your heart health and decrease the risks of all the heart disease and things that exist that could cause you to end a little bit early instead of make it to the finish line like you'd like to. Hope you have a great, fit, and fab day. Remember, like, share, and subscribe to this channel.